Hey guys, so usually I don't like to speak on stuff like this, but this is quite relative, and one of the reasons why I don't like to speak on stuff like this is because um, it may affect other people, families, and stuff like that, and I don't want to have that one. I don't want to have that I don't want to be that person. But quickly on the young lady Tyra Spalding, who lost her life. I've been seeing her videos circulate, and they're heartfelt. You know why? I have gone through some sense of depression. I didn't want I've not spoken to anybody about it, or I never spoke to anybody about like actually what I was going through. After everything I did say it that I went through this, and what it felt like. I was in Jamaica at the time, and let me tell you something. We're quick to say when a person starts speaking their minds or what's going through their heads or acting out a certain way, we're quick to say that they're mad. We need to take mental health way more seriously, and a lot of people have been saying that. And that's why I really never usually felt the need to come out and say it, because a lot of people have been saying it, and my platform is very small, so I don't know how many people I can reach, but it's been weighing heavily on my heart, and I feel so bad for her family. I feel so bad for what she was going through. And you have the religious persons who are going to come and say, oh, and be judgmental. This is not the time or the place for that. I don't want to see that under my comments. Nobody knows what the other person is going through. Not everybody has the privilege or has somebody to talk to. Sometimes you go to people and you try to talk to them, tell them what you're going through, you're judged. So a lot of people, might just decide to try to deal with it on their own. And I think she was trying to do that until she got to her breaking point, and then she started documenting or speaking publicly about it. The video where she said her mind is trying to kill her. Yeah. Years ago, I went through a similar situation, and then in more recent years, I went through something like that again. So I've gone through that twice. Not to the point where I would have wanted to take my own life, but to the point where I understood why a person would have done that, because in that time it felt like it would have been easier, would have made things better, it would have made things easier. You wouldn't have to deal with all the things that you're going through. And I've always said I'm a very strong-minded person. I'm very strong mentally, and I'm so grateful for that, because I'm always optimistic. I try to stay positive, and I try to see the light at the end of the tunnel at all times. Not everybody has the ability to do that, and that's why I try to be somebody that a person can reach out to, somebody that anybody can talk to, and your business stays with me. It stays right here, because I know that, and we don't have to be friends for that to happen. I am video shaking because I'm talking, and it's emotional. But I try to be somebody that a person can talk to. I try to listen as much as I can. I don't try to share advice all the time, but if it's a situation where advice is needed, I'll share it. I try to be as approachable and welcoming as I can. It's difficult more so in this time because the world has changed and things are different. But I just want to say, talk to somebody. If you find yourself drifting mentally, find somebody to talk to. I know it's hard, but dial a random number, give them a different name. Just dial a random number. That had happened to me before. Somebody had called me and wanted just to talk to me. That was when I was a young adult, early 20s. But I've always been like that since teenage years. I've always been that person that anybody can really talk to. And so I'm saying, just dial a random number. And just try to talk to somebody. Just try to get it off your chest. Just try to get it off your mind. You never know. I know it can be so difficult, and for the most part, based on what I have seen so far with her, she seemed like a loner and an overthinker like me. And it just makes life more difficult for for persons like us. Always listening to another person's situation, always trying to fix their problems, but nobody to share ours with. So I'm just imploring somebody, check in on that person who probably never even tell you their problems, but you know them, and they always walk around and move around like everything is okay. Check on them. Try to be there genuinely for somebody, not just to be a friend and document conversations and document interactions just so you could take it and throw back on somebody. Just try to be a genuine friend to somebody so that somebody can be a genuine friend to you. Life is hard. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter how much possessions you have. Life can be hard, especially for persons who remain inside their heads. So I'm just imploring you guys just to reach out and try to be a shoulder for somebody. Spread some love, guys. It's a very sad situation. And to Tyra's family, condolences, deepest of condolences to you. Don't be angry with her. Don't be mad at the whole situation, because sometimes even when a person tells you what they're going through, it's sometimes 100 times amplified in their heads. So it may seem not as serious to you, but it's 100 times more serious to them. So just keep pushing. Just keep pushing, guys. Persons who are dealing with any kind of depression and mental situations, just there is a light at the end of the tunnel. In another time, I will share my story. Just no, it's not the time. This video is just to talk about her and the situation. But I'll definitely, if you guys want to hear, I'll definitely share my stories some other time. All right, that's all I wanted to say. Have a good night, guys. Bye.